I started doing my podcast, I thought I'd just do my podcast and go home. I didn't realize that there'll be nominations, the pressure, and all of that stuff. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me. I'd like to thank my friends. Also, I'd like to thank more sincerely the fans of the Kenny Tea One-on-One podcast.
Congratulations, Kenny Tea One-on-One for winning Podcast of the Year.
Hello and welcome to the Kenny Tea One-on-One podcast. Every week we bring you very interesting stories, and these are stories that are told with honesty and everything else that comes with it. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Yatu Tea. Yatu Tea is available in all leading supermarkets across the country. We also have Abaleya carpooling. Make sure you download that app and find out what it really is about. It could save you some money as you do your trips from one town to the other. Now, the good news is that in the space of 2 weeks, we've actually bagged 2 awards, right? So our first award that we got was Broadcaster of the Year. All right, that's for the Kenny Tea One-on-One podcast. And just a few days ago, we got the Diamond TV Portier's Podcast of the Year award. And, you know, we owe it to you, our viewers, our fans, and everybody else that voted, because what this does is that it encourages us to do more and more and more. My guest today on the show is a young guy who's shaking up the music industry. He started from the bottom. Now he's here. Dizmo.
What's good? What's good?
How you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you?
First of all, you're looking sharp.
Thanks.
Huh? You're looking like the rapper that you are.
Yeah.
Uliche?
Laka. Mwadida.
Panon. We're very happy to host you on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
I was looking you up. You have 1 million followers on Facebook.
Yes.
That's impressive.
The family is big now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you started, did you think you'd hit this kind of numbers?
No, I didn't expect that. You know, maybe it's because of consistency and stuff.
Yeah.
Almost every year I put out like a couple of songs, you know, non-stop, like every after 3 months or 2 months. So community there,
it grow.
Yeah,
But
very much.
I know that at some point in your life, was ogulisa salaula nikuti kusoweto nikuti katondo
Kwani ma place at Mnyaole market.
I know Mnyaole market nikuisi. I've heard of it.
Behind City Market.
Oh, behind City Market.
Yes, that's where Mnyaole market is.
Okay, before we talk about Mnyaole market, let's speak about where you're born.
So after Fetown, quite a place at Misisi, it's a ghetto.
Misisi is more. What road is this?
In between
Kafue
Road. Yes.
John Leng, which is John Leng, then Misisi.
Yes.
So you know how I know Mrs. Ninaenda mo Mrs. compound moja.
Which
one day,
that?
Many years ago. So one day I parked my car on Cairo Road.
Yeah.
Bafana waje benzo nsukira ko motoka waja, Nabona gulisa motoka mene benzo ziba.
Yeah.
Nabona bwana na motoka inangu. So nangwana mu internet cafe ni bweni choke. Nabona pesa ati banibera katundu yenze motoka. So nawe bafana bo adabo, boss, ni yanu motoka na tinda gulisa ija bomba inango ija. Then wabakamba iya mdala watu singa mupe.
Bweseren.
Chenti kupelekeni kwa wamena tenga hivi. Abanani ngenesa moja.
Mkombo ni mwameni.
But ni bonge na chabe mizimai zambo punda rasta bwerela. Sungalete rasta ya klini muno.
Yeah, it used to be a very dangerous place.
Yeah.
Some years back, but at least now there's a police post.
Oh, there's a police post now, huh?
Like, yeah, there's security now.
Bama
moving around. I remember some time back when I was in primary, you know, bantu sibezo nongena, even taxi drivers and stuff, you know, you book a cab from town, nenda kwa Misisi, stima fika. Even cops, there was just too much crime. The time
too much crime, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
But this time around, it's okay. It's a very safe place.
It's a safe place.
Yes.
So you're born there. Let's speak about that.
Yes, I was born there.
How many years ago?
I've like 28 years ago. I've lived there almost all my life. Till now, I still go there. Like I'll spend days at mom's and just, you know, I'm connected there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you went to school there. Which school did you go to?
My primary was at this Kamala Basic, and then Lotus grade 8, 9. Then from there I went to
Uzochoka kwa Misisi kwenda ku Lotus?
Namendo.
Wow.
Pepi padia.
But I'm just trying to see because kambiri wamene wamaenda kumalotas wamachukua kumayadi kuti.
Bariko. Bariko.
But unobwatsa che wangena che mushamushi.
Musha. Clean. So from there and then I went to Arakan Barracks. Kumasoja kucha. Tekuti nasirizina my secondary. Grade 12, tabata kashem.
Abawale kata college sunafuna kuchita.
I've like very good results, but then because of situations at home, I couldn't like go to university and stuff like that, because the situation wasn't really allowing me to, go for further studies. That's when I jumped into hustling now. But by then, I used to make music like some time back from way back, tracing it back to 2010.
Like you're how old when you started making the music?
14.
Yeah.
I started rapping at maybe 14 or 15, somewhere there. And then after Tasidi Zamai grade 12, Tangena Maimo hustling. Hustling. Now that's why the story of selling Salaula comes in.
But before we talk about that, when you started rapping, who was your role model? Like which artists were you looking at and say, okay, Bati, nifunonkala mongawe?
Almost every musician, but my role model was Chekash.
Oh, Chekash. Huh?
Yes. I remember some time back, I even called him to say, Bakambanga nifunonkala mongawe mwani kushita bwanji.
Nishimuzwana?
Wenshizibwa.
Nakanamba unajusa kuti?
Unajusa
kuti nama?
Yezopeze kache pa ma studio. Producers used to call him for features. There's a feature here, then pull up at the studio.
Yeah.
Make music, would watch, Those guys who had like financial power to pay for a feature, Yes, so you would come at the studio, jump on a feature, and then you'd get paid. And then we would watch, Years gone, and then I called him to say, that should be 2015 when he dropped that I Love You song. I love you.
Yeah.
Kazi panga music.
But anachita respond bwanje, Cash. Because usually I'm a pocket, I'm sure my phone kwa yambiri. You know what I mean?
He was very calm. I think he knew spiritual to say he would get connected, in the future.
Yeah.
Yes. Them Wednesday did the parts. Jay was really my role model growing up, because of, maybe it's because of why he's coming from. Komboka. We were just like neighbors,
Komboka.
And then when you hear his story to say, no Komboka chem guys, I'm sure by that time, Nishwagadbono Pangi Kaijati, Bakuka Mageto, you know what I mean? So ndemwenze did chepas.
So namvela ati vantu wamenongala Mrs. Compound. Wama endo yakira kwa John Leng. Wama John Leng wama yakira kwa Mrs. Invazona.
Na imvela kodero.
Wakaibo imvela.
Na imvela kodero.
It's interesting. One of my friends was telling me, no, Kafio Road ngoye, zoni kononkala careful because my guys wamwena wankala oku. Wama mwera oku. Wamwena wankala oku, wamwera oku. So siku wakayaka wama cross a road.
Maybe it's because of Chubodia and stuff.
Oh,
maybe. Kwa Mrs. Machoka kwa Mrs. kwenda kuchubodia.
So now, hustling. But is it great to unambo hustling or
so
let
me break it down for you.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So hustling, me selling Salaula started like a joke. So when I completed my grade 12, that should be 2016. So now there was a situation at home. My sister, the eldest son, I'm grade 9. So my sister sent me to buy school shoes for the boy. She gave me, that should be 75 kwacha to say, come good ide konzapato. Kairi combo and such to my man is monga 75. It's a lot,
Zambia.
80 kwacha, 100 kwacha. She gave me a 75 kwacha if I'm not mistaken. To say, can come good ide konzapato yak school. But say good in January up. I was like, 75 kwacha. Of course, obviously, the shoe can't be above 60 kwacha that side. So I went that side. That's because nangwa kumatova so
uzofuna kwenda ogula kote kubata or second hand Salaula.
Yes,
elo ndio kulizolimba kujaga.
I went that side. I remember buying that shoe at maybe 40 kwacha, 35, but it was a very nice shoe, Then I came back na gwagula ko kapana 35 each. Came back, na bapasa nsapato. Akwana ilichemo. And then something triggered my mind to say, I can actually earn a living off this, And then I went back,
Like a change,
kachaka 35. I went back that side and, ordered a short, and a white t-shirt. Came back to the hood with those clothes, and then the goodie some guys showed 45 kwacha. And then the t-shirt, I saw it should be 30 or something. And then I had like 70 or 75. The following day, I started hustling.
Wabwerera futhi.
The following day, now kakusensena in kusalawo. I ordered clothes, came back to the hood. So them, and then my capital went up to somewhere above 150, 200.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ndiye job yanga manje, because napota esako after tavari nawasebenzako ku industry of 15 kwacha ku tea. And then from that time I realized to say I can actually earn a living off this. And then the following week nabona mbugulisa town, so you order clothes from Sally's and then you pass through town. Monga mbo magulisira so mkairo
na easy but muzoshita bwanje mukai uza ukachisa musalizi kachoka mbalo imangala mankwinya maningi. So nkwendo iwasha kuichisa or nkuigulisa
soche unless shoes nsapato chendezo kidi nako but vijana soche kairi bete zogulisa na beve de bantu cheni ma OG they like original clothes.
Yeah.
So shirt nga choka shirt kona karipo at Nike Adidas, you get even a 60 kwacha, 50, and then I remember raising up to close to 8,000.
Wow.
Yes, in 1 year.
Wow.
Yes, that was a lot. 2017.
But you and I was good yako na vako vovala manje
mama. Of
mwane.
course, I was a don in the hood. I was that guy. And then I established like a game center in the hood.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm good like that.
So when you say you establish a game center, what exactly is this? Just explain
PlayStations, kids playing, and then they're paying a 2 kwacha, 3 and like 4 televisions. So nikachoka town naenda pa depo na Ngala.
So uku za sala ula zingena na za kuma game nazo zingena. Manje zo sala pa ma game ni ndani.
Bafana chima mode.
So zo tenga mafu.
You can't control that, you know what I mean? Like you're out there, you don't know but I'm a game yangati could be my CCTV. Yeah. So it was really a good experience. Because of that, I was able to afford to pay for my studio time. Because something.
Yes. So, but in terms of your family, mwanza wangati mfamily?
We were 8, but we're now 6.
Okay. Yes. So I'm sorry to hear that. So your parents, what were they doing in terms of for work?
My dad was a doctor in the army.
Yeah.
He died some 19 years ago in 2006. Okay. And then my mom was just a business lady. Till now, she sells what she loves. My mom sells offers.
Oh.
She loves that.
Okay.
Very much.
But mama gulisa kuti ma offers.
Panyumba che till now she's been Yes, she loves that. Like we've tried, to say you are not old. My mom is 69 years old. I've tried to say, pass man. But the old. Kuma peska chati ngoni bambuya bakondo gulisa ngani tute. Misisi, like it's a vibe like that.
Yeah.
She's good. She's a well good one.
So your other siblings, where are they?
They're around. My sister, they're all married.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all married.
You were not Chukotilo Manjamanja. Congratulations.
Yes, thanks.
About a year ago, huh?
No, not a year. It should be 4 months ago.
4 months ago?
4 months ago.
Fantastic. This is the Kenny Tea One-on-One podcast brought to you by Abaleya Carpooling as well as Yatu Tea. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. This is the Kenny Tea One-on-One podcast. My guest today is Dizmo. Dizmo, we're talking about your marriage. Your wife, was she like your high school sweetheart? Unazibana good.
Tinazibana.
Because now I want my picture, but for social media.
I wouldn't want to say more about that, but Tinazibana changed some 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yes.
And you guys were blessed with a son.
Yes, very much.
Paris.
Barampasa
zina and when that.
Ndine tate wake.
Why unanyamula wakabazina yako?
Okay, me ni mkatolika. Ni mkatolika. So Paris is a Catholic name.
Oh,
so unafangati mpase zina ya bakatolika.
Okay. I see that you two are very close. Actually, the three of you.
Yeah. We bond very well.
That's really nice. So now, I remember last time when you just came on the scene. Kuli kamfana kalipo kachoka chini ka Dizmo. Cheti kambepo pali jankani first. At that time, Zambia music stands were konka maningi, but it's just story nanzena imvera ishi.
Yeah, nkani sizakasira. Yeah, so kachaka muntu ipesikati my friends na nephew wanga. So my friends, so
na Kevin kakwamene
kwami is the same road actually. So it's one of those moments where, okay, me, I'm main house, huh? Like my house was just behind the main house. So there's like a system che. Room penezolizila to my beat if I'm writing music, you know what I mean? Listening to Zambian music. So kaka guy kezopira chiba macha bora na kanifu kanga, you know. So every time I'm playing my unreleased songs, bezomvela abafana, you know, ijaso. So bakaenda ulo kushita present kuri konse. Bezochoka chena eja antine Dizmo ni rapako, you know what I mean? And then they'll be mimicking my songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then kapo akachokerera che bantu bakakonda. Cha Dizmo. Yeah, booming and booming as che. And then when I came out in the public to say I'm actually the real Dizmo, napona shitako receive backlash, you know what I mean? No.
Baraba bakana bantu ka?
But wanapoa wakana, Mzambia ni mumuzi wa bwanji. Wanapoa wakana. Not until I just went in the studio and created the banger. Napona panga bang. And then Jay jumped on the song. It became a huge record. From there, the journey, you know, began. Yes.
But it was, so now, how were you handling the situation of that? No, izina yako nzina yaka mfano.
I've always been like that. I'm not really good at, you know, talking or explaining. I'm a man of actions.
Yeah.
Shaba good internet. You know, I just went in the studio and, you know, and people believed to say, hell, you know what I mean.
But that kid has a lot of talent. Where is he now?
He's in school, I believe. We don't usually communicate like that, but he's in school. He's really doing good in school.
Great stuff. So now, during the time that you are hustling, koenda ku studio, then you decided to take your music a bit more serious. Like, which one was the first song that you said, okay, but yapita? I'm meant to believe that you recorded quite a lot of songs, and they didn't go anywhere.
So when you ask that question, do you mean like now that napangi kacheba ntwani ziwa o pari jalevu ya kukomboni?
Awe, ijamanje first level ya mkomboni wabo wachoka. Ina boya, nyimbo ya boya kuchosa chati, okay, but yanchosa mkomboni, bantu manja na ngena.
Life kondamzako. Yes, it's a song that introduced me to like the whole country knowing me to say, oh, kuna musician also. And then I created a few bangers. Before I became like a mainstream artist, I had hits that were known. Bali jachelevu yakawati bakuru but bakabuku mvera po, you know, bakazi swama kongamo. Like music that ye chache relate maningi ma youths. Ene zopanga maningi jatayam. But 2022 now, bepet napanga kumanje mabanga yakawati bantu mambo kumvera.
But you played some football at some point.
Yes.
Is it before music? Or
so
while you're
why
doing
on a
music?
story mweri?
It
is so. Okay, before Salaula. So actually Twist, that guy who's just seated there, is actually the one who introduced me to music. So it's a very funny story on how I started making music. Somewhere back 2011, 2010, these guys used to rap and make music and stuff. Then in Zochache bola. Machache bola. Some guys in Zinakaford. Kama onocheso ezofaka moto manyimbo babwera ngati ku training babomvera to manyimbo, and then abwana mufunza guys bamayimba mood, you know what I mean. Abwana mufunza nabona enda kubondi kwabo, but we are not really close like that because penzeko eja beef, you don't mkomboni babola na bamayimba bovina, you can't mix.
Why?
I don't know, pride maybe.
Hey,
pride jabat no bola, yeah. We know music, you know, like there's that division. Some guys nabwana mkonka chepa bondi. Muntu angamaimba bwanje. How do you come up with a song? Kutibwe mveke che kane muchidi. Apo ambono ndorolera. So you write, you create a beat, you do this and that, and then I became interested from that day to say haningafuna imbako. Ndebwe naendera ku studio after some time, fast forward, taenda tarekoda nalemba. From that time chena banayamba chena marekoda soche pang'ono pang'ono. But charge ya studio fee is about 35 kwacha or 40 or somewhere. So enze chati ni ma contribution ni group uyafakapo 5 kwacha uyafakapo 10 uyuzingata, and then you go to the studio, you record. And the funny thing about all this is I was the most underrated per group.
Why?
Kairi nenzo wabole.
Oh, so no, we are ball achitachani kuno.
Ashitachan kuno. Most underrated. And then after a couple of songs, babo ambofpanga animkali uyu muntu. Demwena bwa beskira chati tambo panga kutumaiti manje.
So Pambo Panga Nyimbo, your family, were they supportive or whatever waikana not?
They were supportive.
Uh-huh.
Because I remember the time I was starting, it wasn't really as involving as it is right now. Yensati nyamweze cheswenda no bavuta ati nifuna ndo chosa video. Yenzeche, you're doing it for passion and stuff. Now that it's involving and I'm earning a living off it, they're fully into it. They're supporting.
Yeah, they're supporting.
Yes.
PST. Manakumana banja.
I think that was one of my first ever producers. Then I nishitapo produce ka first.
Nishari kuti yapi.
Kwa Misisi.
Na hivi kwa mene.
He actually produces for General Canon.
Yeah.
He's an OG. He's been around for a long time.
He's always been there, still there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he makes good music.
So, but how did you meet the guy?
How did I meet PST? We wanted to work on a song with my friends. And then that time, kwenzeja genre ya karindora manyingi. And then the guys were like, guys, ndamapanga mushe your sound. And then we went there, and then anatishtacho will come mushe. From that time, we started rolling. Okay, tunopanga kwa nyimbo. Till now we roll. Is my big brother, so to say.
I wanted us to speak about your group, Yellow Money.
Yellow Money.
Yellow Money. There was who, and who.
So there was.
How many were you?
There was before I joined the group. There was a guy named Pablo, T Street, DJ Twist, the guy who is actually my manager right now.
Twist na enzemo mgrupo.
Enzemo ndebezo noimba.
DJ Twist is actually here, by the way. So he's actually watching and listening to what we're saying.
And one thing that I love about this guy is his passion for music. You know, like homies used to reject me to say, but him was just there, you know, telling them, boy, money. You know, like I would do a verse and then homies would be like, you know, till now I thank him because he's always pushing me to do greater things, you know what I mean? We're like 9. Some of them.
Group yonse mwenza 9?
9, eh.
Manje 9 muzosta chani. Mena ngozola ma instrument obonse mwenzo
tezoimba bonse.
So manje mnyimbo imozi sikuimba moche tuma seconds tungono kuti banza kwa bonse bangeneko nabo.
8 bars, 12 bars, and then we would split. Benango bazaimba ko benango like 4 5 4 4. Benango limbisana fakepo cha mujuba sazaimba.
I know that you also wanted to be a police officer. In your
point.
gap year, you applied to be a police officer.
At some point, yes.
Why did you make that decision?
I think because of hardships. You know?
Yeah.
At some point in the music industry.
Yeah.
It's not always that uzambongana and drama of Zamboshit. Before I became an established artist, kulikuwa na times I was in my lowest moments. Kamane kafuta family zibati ushtamushe wimba manyimbo, but pocket no bino. So I applied. That should be 2019. And then mazina yanga sianachoka. And the funny thing is, the person who was handling that was actually my aunt. Bakuru wama police home one pushing later, just bring your results home and then I'll push for you. Napere kafonse branch, but you know, Sevinashtik, and I thank God.
Looks like God had different plans for you.
Yes, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Here I am.
But I'm told you're interested in becoming a soldier or something. Ikaniko dream.
Ikariko.
I know. Look at T-Boy. T-Boy is in the army in America. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. If anything, I would want to be a soldier. I would want. Safer kochalo guy.
Ungakwanisa bwanji because unagula kudala maafu.
Awe nanga kushita vintu, is it just ngaona ndrama ololibe? Vintu vinango nikushitila society. Even che nanguchalo at large. Sinchitirati I earn a living, le mere mine kare soldier. If that's what I want to do as in a chain mwini, monga mwini machitila music, I'll go for it. If an opportunity comes to say, okay, this and that, I'll do it. What more must I just want to have? But what?
You would think that the fact that I'd like to think you're doing well in music. I'm just thinking, why would you want to change your path?
Okay, maybe it's because you think maybe I make more in music than I would make Ngana Chinja.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just somebody that really pushes for consistency. You know what I mean? You got to come back into nacho chabe because sometimes you change foot, then you start one again. Because I mean, if you go to the military, obviously, you know, your life is secured.
Yes.
Yeah, musician, it's gonna ka shelf life. Sometimes a Dizmo winner and go and you know. So maybe from that standpoint.
Yeah, I was actually coming to that. Without investments, music can actually disappoint you. What if voice in the shape up and in podcast? You know, I lose my voice. Meaning in it, I'll be stuck.
Makes a lot of sense.
You get my point. So for me, I look at it 3, 5, 10 years from where I am right now. You know, of course, I've done some couple of investments and stuff here and there, but I'm trying to find something that would sustain me and my family for a longest time.
And in there, I was sustainability. Program. Now let's speak about the time that you know, there were times that you go on stage,
several times.
How was that? First time Village Tika put. And how did it make you feel?
Remember the time Mr. Easy came to perform in Zambia?
Yes.
The first time he came.
Yeah.
Nishikuri issue yaka yang Dizmo at the time. So Jay introduced me on stage to perform the song that we did together.
Yeah.
And then when he said Dizmo, you know, the whole crowd thought maybe it was that young. And then I quit up a stage, and then people started throwing bottles at me.
Oh, wow.
See Dizmo, you choke up. And the DJ was delaying to play the song.
Oh, which made it worse.
Worse. And then I said, okay.
So no perform.
I didn't perform.
It broke your heart.
Actually, I was hurt.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
But I think that was fuel. Why should I so? Generation fuel yon pushing at the fakirepo, you know.
Yeah.
I like such moments because, you know, the way it is. I think I'm as a result of pain. Even the time that I started making music, the time I started hustling, shoka kombon, the pain in and pushing up the jumping at my stages. So without that, maybe it's you get my point.
It's a lesson.
Yeah, it's a lesson.
Let me work hard so that
I prove these guys wrong.
You and Bobby, are you close?
Yes, very much.
Because I remember there's a time I about stuck in DOS. Say, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're close.
For how long have you guys known each other?
For how long? I've known Bobby for the longest time. I think before Nambo music. But talking on a personal level, maybe 5, 6 years. We've been talking, you know, every time I have a project that I feel he needs to jump on, I'd call him. He's actually a good brother, you know. He'd be there for me. Anything, I'd hit him up and he'd be there for me.
Okay, so which other notable artists have you worked with, especially on your way to the top? I also know that you're very close with DJ Mzengaman.
Yeah, very much.
What kind of a relationship you have with him?
It's not just business relationship.
Yeah.
He's even on a personal level, we're related very much. He's actually one of my mentors.
Oh, great.
He's one of the people who has actually pushed me and advised me to do right things and make right decisions, you get. DJ Mzengaman, a very real, a real one.
Okay, let's
That
get
is
back to the question now of who, which notable artists, sort of like helped you.
I think almost the whole industry, if I'm not mistaken.
But I'm
I've
sure there are
worked
some.
with, I've worked with J-Rocks. I've worked with Chef 187, Makitu, Yomapsio. Who else have I worked with? You mean them jumping on my song or me jumping on their song?
No, just whichever way.
Clear Ice Cream.
Yeah,
Who else? J-Max.
there's quite a lot of them.
The list is endless. Then
Now, when you're getting in the music industry, I'm sure because industry mwamene. How was that? Just learning the ropes, trying to understand the industry, what to do and what not to do, and who was there to actually physically, sit you down and tell you how the industry works, or did you just figure it out on your own?
no, G has always been mentoring me to,
Yeah.
On how to move about things. But my biggest lesson is, putting emotions aside when handling this business. Because people disappoint you, musicians, even just promoters and stuff. But it shouldn't get to you to say, never stick, you get. But my biggest lesson, in simpler terms, is settling emotions aside when dealing with this whole music business, show business. A lesson finance and bidilam.
So my guys were upsetting about social media. So my uncle.
Like I said, pakwamba. Shababu inomkulanda. I'm a man of action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shababu there are a lot of things that goes on social media.
I've heard a lot of when I was sitting with the research guys, they were telling me that there's a comment that a lot of people make. Dizmo makambat amangala okalipa all the time. Style ozono mangala okalipa.
I used to be like that some time back before I got married.
Before you got married?
Yes.
Make me understand this.
Okay.
Uzokala vokuya chap.
Before,
Uzokala pachan.
not kuya kuyamba. Like natural, I'm just like that, natural.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet, the whole time, and I'll make this facial expression, and people would look at me and think, nafuru, you know what I mean? And it's not like inside, that's just me. But then when I got married and now I'm a parent, I need to work on this, emotion that makes me look what for, because family panganda. How am I going to be moving in the house with such an expression all the time? You know what I mean? I worked on it. Right now, if you look at my pictures, I smile often.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
my
That's good.
Yeah.
Get to Mayadi album.
Mhm.
You featured Young Dizmo on it.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because he plays a very important role in my career, that boy. It's because of him that, doors were opened.
Yeah.
So I figured out my first album, I need to put him on. Achayeko guys, and it was a very successful album, and it opened doors for me that changed my life. Get to my head.
There's an album which was the fifth best-selling album at the time. Is it the same one?
The fifth what?
It was number 5 in terms of my album
No,
sales. Which one was that?
Yes, it's Get to my head.
Nyamenega?
Like best
Sold very
selling
well.
album. Yes.
Yeah.
Best selling albums of all times.
Yeah.
Pamvesesani Zambia.
Yeah.
Pa number 5.
That's quite an achievement.
Very much.
Who did you work with on this album?
Kekero, there's Muzoike Alfonso, there's Chef 187, J Cash, there's Bobby's, Yo Mapsio. Who else did I work with? Tishon, J Max, Drifter Trick. Who else?
That's quite a lot.
Range there a lot.
Your second album, Umuntu Muntwe. Who produced the album? Or did you work with multiple producers?
I worked with multiple producers, but Mela Beats is the one who mastered the album. the master. I think he's the one who actually produced a lot of songs. Muri album. It's my guy, by the way.
Oh, is it? But you did a documentary around it, did you?
There's a documentary.
What's the inspiration?
The
And what was this documentary about?
The documentary was about, it was a marketing tool for me.
Okay.
Because I wanted people to have that impression before they actually listen to the actual music. But what take off a picture about, guys, so cool. By that time, I was an established artist. The time I was doing that album. So I wanted to attach it to the album so that I want to have guys. So it documented in story fair, real life.
Okay. So who shot it? Who put it together? And where did it air? Did it air anywhere? Put it out on any platform?
Yes, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, huh?
Yes.
They call you, is it what? Lusaka One?
Lusaka One.
Why?
Maybe it's because of the impact and how I've transformed the sound of music. Because trust me, almost 90% of the features that I jump on, it's a guy trying to sound like me.
Yeah.
So obvious because of the impact, that I've, brought about. Abantu bambo kunchitati Lusaka One. And futhi ofoyaba ngawaya town. I've seen over 80 plus buses. Dizmo, so because of that influence, like you can actually go to any neighborhood, Lusaka. Kwakaringaringa, kuisa, kablonga. Walasanga pofena ngoni shop fie yare mgwapo ati banona chongo or anything. Maybe because of that influence, mwaishi waya so it. Na story fee.
Let's speak about your collaboration with MT. I think Makitu also was involved in this. How did you manage to get this done?
Big shout out to King Booga, by the way. Mark 2 is the one who actually paid for me that feature.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Great.
But Booga everybody paid the feature kwa MT. So those guys were coming to Zambia, the performance.
Yeah.
Because of the relationship that we've had for a longest time, I invited them for the first album launch in 2022.
You already had a relationship with them?
Yes. So the time they were coming here, yeah, they had to back with the show, and then I had the song.
Yeah.
That I felt like MT can actually jump on. So after Africa Kuno, there's this guy, Lolly Native, I didn't kwa MT. Also, I didn't manager. He called me to say, yo, we're in. And then I was like, you guys, before you actually go to perform, take to check or sound or something. And then they called me over to say, Isa, after na pa hotel paria, naba pera sound. MT actually liked the song so much. Naba pera sound shan. Mwaishi so yaga. So after number charge mtengo wa feature, shakwete start. But it was during that time when MK Mark 2 was shooting that King Booga.
The documentary.
Yeah, King Booga live show. TV show.
Yeah.
So
reality show.
A reality show, yeah. So I actually went to the big man and said, big ninkwata ko opportunity ya so ile. Ama guys na base. So ndefwa tubombe na bakwata performance ko. So but I don't have feature fee ya kumpero. And then King Booga said, once you are done, just call me.
You had anything?
Shadi shing shiria. And it's 30,000. If I'm not mistaken, it was over 30K. Yeah, didn't over 30K feature. I charge. So after we worked, actually recorded around 05. We waited, I almost gave up.
Yeah. You thought it was
because the guy would actually sleep while listening to the records like for 1 hour, and then the guy wakes him up.
Nobody shall still.
Like he was at the FOA bomba spirit yakwe.
Oh,
it's not a bad thing for him. Like he was meditating, putting all the emotions together.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, yo, what's happening to the hustler, man? And then guys are then that's how he works. Is actually he likes the song. Because on that actual day, it declined like 4 features. Different guys would come. he
Now
declined
wakatanga
them.
kasa
Nah, yeah, he declined them. No, I can't jump on this one. And then when I played the Rizla the lighter song, he went quiet like for 20 minutes. It was just quiet.
20 minutes.
Quiet without saying anything. And then
what was going through your mind when that was
I
happening?
was through it. I was like, oh, is this happening? You know? I waited, and then the guy told me to say the hustler likes the song so much.
Yeah.
So what's your budget, you guys? I was like, oh, how much do you guys charge for a feature? And then Angela, oh, so we're here. There's no management. We just do this because you're a guy and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And then when those guys recorded, I called King Boga to say, big guy, now a pusher.
Now a pusher.
And then baba pera fe kwa. Ya kwa fe na so.
Okay, so Alex, angangela meditation hiyo yako la leo. How long was it taking?
Even 40 minutes to an hour, I would just, be off. But it was actually meditated.
So in that moment, imani fish mlejt.
Upon ishwatina and then verse. I was working on my second verse.
Yeah.
That 40 minutes, I was quiet. I remember got 2 lines, 40. And then when it was like 03 in the morning, I was like, yo, man, I'm not doing this. I'm tired. And then 30, 40 minutes later, now over for Abu, let's record, man. Then, I couldn't believe it. As I celebrate sana, I record daft, I won't feel win. And then, cheers, we went. After some months, traveled to SA, shot the music video for the song, and we dropped it.
So you I'm sure you built a good relationship with him.
Very good relationship.
Yeah. Great. Now let's talk about getting brand endorsements and how it impacted your career. What kind of brand endorsements did you have you gotten so far?
I'm a brand ambassador for Kiribet. Yes, it's a very big betting company. Zambia big. And I've worked with Trade Kings.
Yeah.
I've also worked with ITEL Zambia.
Yeah.
Bet Winner. I've been the brand ambassador for like 7 to 10 companies from the time I became a mainstream artist to now. I'm a brand now.
You bet.
I do. I do bet.
So when you started doing this type of work, you didn't get any backlash because betting. For me, I do not have a problem. I'm not asking this question because it's a bad thing. I don't have a problem with betting, as long as you're betting responsibly and so forth. I think it's okay. But you get some people that will come in and say, "Oh no, betting this, betting that." You didn't get that kind of backlash.
No, I didn't, because before I became the brand ambassador for Kiribet, there was some sensitization that was done.
That was being done.
Yeah. People need to know when to stop and when to start.
Yeah.
Betting in you win or lose. And also you need to be responsible enough to know that, okay, I've gone off limits. Now I can stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I've been saying this a couple of times. I've told my audience to say, I've educated my audience to say, okay, betting ibombe finef. One minute, pause first. You pause, and then when you're ready to start again,
Dizmo, so what in your opinion, what is the state of the industry now, the music industry?
Very competitive. I think that's a term.
Muriko ma politics mkati.
When you say politics, you mean I'm a politics fair and fair.
But no, you feel it happens in a lot of industries. So, but how do you navigate through that?
Me, I've always been me.
Yeah.
And I don't pick sides. If you have a problem with someone that I'm working with or that I'm trying to work with, it's not my problem. The problem end. I think people need to know when to separate issues na business.
Yeah.
It's not about picking camps just because oku so like how. ni business
Yeah.
te battlefield yakwabati upunomba mavaiki ama knife. No, it's business. So if I feel like I need to work with someone from a certain camp, definitely if hapo mbekafe bwino bwino fe mwachafe, like that's now maturity mu business mwashibaka. Because ngatwambo kupikapo sana ile yako bati you won't grow the industry at the end of the day. For me, I work with good ones. So long fe chemist fe de panga sense fiat apa wewe refwa kapari song you anyone would call me. I've worked with almost every artist in Zambia. And again, what matters the most is approach. Sometimes kumona kwatati them be artists who have a certain issue nango, but it's how you approach them. Some artists are business minded. It's not about relationships or waripisha and robo big brand na. If we watch but so channel yakubombera muna artist huyo, there's a certain channel that you need to follow to say ndefo ako feature ndefo ako feature. So you know what I mean? That's professional now. Being professional enough in this business.
So if you had a way, if someone came to you and said, which artist would you like to do a collaboration with? Who would that artist be?
On an international level in Zambia?
Both local and international. You can give me two if you like.
About that, I wouldn't say Uyunango. Why? Because your decision, it is having a certain sound.
Okay.
I need to have a sound first.
A sound, and then it gives you an idea of who you think would fit
or
you.
If I've written something like a concept, and then I feel like, okay, I need to put on this guy on this project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From Bombay.
Okay. So the beat and the concept of the song determines who actually
record.
Yeah.
Yes.
So according to you, which one has been your biggest record and which one has been your biggest performance in terms of live shows so far?
Okay, so my biggest record has always been Panda Okaniro. It's not really big like that number-wise on YouTube, but on the ground, I feel like I would perform this song anywhere. Wedding, but it's trap. Most streety.
Yeah.
I can perform it.
Yeah.
That has been my biggest song ever. Panda Okaniro, People that are watching this podcast will tell you to say, they done the shit.
Yeah.
And then my biggest concert, Day of Thunder.
Day of Thunder.
2024 last year.
I
think I did a very nice performance. And
you had the last year?
Yes.
I think last year we were in Livingston, huh? I think that's the time we were, interviewing, we had your maps, on our
Livingston
on the podcast. Yes. I know that you and Slap are trying to merge two generations. You guys are working on something.
Very much.
Can we talk about it?
Yes, we can. I'm glad that, legends can now, have that energy. Growing up, almost my whole life, I've been listening to Slap D, Like he's a living icon, you know what I mean? So him coming up with that decision to say, so to me, it's an achievement. Just that before we even start working on projects. The achievement, and also the music that we're making, it's blending the younger generation, pakati na generation yabo, so you can imagine the kind of sound that we're trying to blend. So we have dropped a war featuring Kez Adams. It was well received. Dropped Asante. It's like the biggest song right now as we're talking. Asante is a huge record. I performed it last weekend and people were like, chica, you know what I mean? So for me, it's not just an opportunity. Also, it's about, throwing my brands. I'm tapping up on my generation in his generation. You know what I mean? And of course, I can't wait to, we can't wait to share with the people what we've cooked, me and Slap.
Slap is a king in the game. I mean, he's been around for a while. I saw him perform at the Portiers. He's got energy. People still love him. How does it feel working with a guy like that?
It's challenging.
Challenging, Mushanash.
You've said he's the king.
Yeah.
You've said it yourself.
Yeah.
How would you just be walapo mbashani nomuntu who has been there for the longest time without, feeling challenged? So when I say challenging, I mean tontonganya, like the maturity in the songs, even the verses, For me, it's about, trying to come up with verses and, messages that his generation would understand.
Yeah.
Even my generation, they should understand. So for me, just that process of kubika fiance pamu, the challenge, but the rest is smooth.
Yeah, the other thing also is that you sometimes go through like, okay, in there, but would it be acceptable to the king?
Mwamona ma challenges. Tapo timfu muna hivi kavesi, alore shanje vere, nalangira moshano. So it's challenging, trust me. But but also it's growing me, because mentally wise, kwa fatu wambo kutapinga komudi new atmosphere futi ya yama concept yama script.
Yeah. That's really nice. Now, Dizmo, a lot of people think I actually thought you're a Copper Belt artist. You relate and align so much with our Coppola brothers.
Yes.
Is there a reason behind that? Because even your Bemba has improved.
Yeah, very much.
Yes, I do.
Copper Belt kairi futi kumwezo. One Zambia, one nation.
Absolutely.
So it's about creating one thing, like I said, in business. So we need to grow it. Even those that are coming after Dizmo abaiche, bakamon at but Dizmo wa role model bes. Okay. Padeshta sana relate Copper Belt na Lusaka, Livingstone, Chipata, Fionz, you know what I mean? It's about changing the narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, it has been really tough for me to break through the Copper Belt audience. Because trust me, not everybody that side wa Copper Belt, you know what I mean? Not everyone listens to Ifinyanja. Tabumfa sana Ifinyanja kuja. Takwa wakati kuna to be listening to Bemba raps and stuff. That side, it's like 90% Bemba. So, yes. So some 4-5 years back, I realized to say, nganacha sana Ifinyanja. And then I started learning, slowly. I was improving until
Dizmo, what's your word to that young gun out there that would like to be like you? Like to be an artist, businessman, a husband and a father?
There's a pantanj. There's a pantanj. And also, it's about being you know what I mean? Don't let anything change you. Because at the end of the day, we work hard, we try so hard to, get where we want to be, but it comes back to you. Wemwine fe. Wadibariu na wemwine na ngu kachinja or impia ika kuchinja. You know what I mean? Just stare out yourself and always put God first in everything that you do. Flowing.
Great. So we've got a question for you from our previous guest, Esther Piri, the boxing champ. The question she has for you is, what lesson do you have in life that kept, or what's one lesson, DOP, this is the correct version now, what's one lesson life kept trying to teach you until you finally listened?
I think being too nice is a problem.
No, is it?
Yes, it is. The world doesn't reward it rewards value.
Yeah.
So when you're too nice, people actually take advantage of you. They can actually kill you, thinking you'd wake up again. But you know what I mean? Know your boundaries as a human being. Boundary, I think that has been my biggest lesson ever. Why? Because I was this guy,
Mm.
like I'll do big things for people, and then they kept on repeating the same mistakes. Now, but they kept on repeating,
Felt like you were taking advantage.
of you. Once people know that, trust me. The good diam.
So upon about change up.
Shachinja ndi movie yawe. Nalisetting of boundaries.
Yeah.
Line he paid it up.
Yeah.
Nah, he paid it up. But you can't cross this one.
Yeah.
For you.
Dizmo, I've got 3 questions. Each question has a number attached to it. So just pick a number. I'll read out the question. That will be the question from Dizmo to our next guest. Right. So from 1, 2, and 3, which number are you picking?
3.
Okay, so question 3 says, what was the most important no you have ever received? Right? So this is the question for our next guest. Dizmo, what's your word to your fans?
Keep supporting Dizmo music. Keep supporting Zambian music. And also, festival season, Christmas. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Spend time with your families. And always put God first.
Cheers. Dizmo, we'd like to thank you for making time to come on the Kenny T 101 podcast.
Thanks a lot for having me.
This has been the Kenny T 101 podcast. My guest today was Dizmo. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Abaleya Carpooling, and indeed, Yatu Tea. My name is Kenny T. I'm back again next week. Same place, same space.